Now we'd officially start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Corcoran, if you would please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome to the Clermont County Board of Commissioners meeting this morning, September 4th, 2019. I'll call this meeting into order. And the first order of business is we have to excuse one of our members today. Commissioner Humphrey is not with us. He is enjoying time with his family. And I believe probably aloha would be in order there for him.
Very jealous.
So I'd ask for a motion to excuse Commissioner Humphrey this morning.
I will make that motion.
I second that. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Painter?
Yes. Item number C, approval of regular session minutes of August the 28th, 2019. The minutes were prepared for us in draft form. We had a chance to review them, to comment on them, and have any corrections made. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of 8/28?
I will make that motion.
Second. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes. And with that, I understand we have some new employees here with us today and that introductions are appropriate. Mr. Dick, if you'd like to start us off there.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tim Dick. I'm the Interim Director for the Department of Job and Family Services. It's my pleasure to introduce 4 of our newest employees that are joining the Public Assistance Division of Department of Job and Family Services. To my immediate right is Angela Baer. Angela is actually rejoining Public Assistance Division as an Income Maintenance Worker 4, and she has 7 years of JFS experience and is also a veteran of the U.S. Army, so we appreciate your service to our country. And next to her is Jessica Baker. She also is rejoining the Public Assistance Division as an Income Maintenance Worker 3. Jessica has an associate's degree in Human and Social Services from Southern State Community College. And Jessica's past work experience includes being a chemical dependency counselor assistant and also his prior work experience as an Income Maintenance Worker 3. So welcome back, Jessica. Next to her is Jeff Coleman. Jeff joins our Public Assistance Division as an Income Maintenance Worker 3. Jeff has his social work degree from Northern Kentucky University, and he also has 8 years of social service experience and is a veteran of the U.S. Navy. So thank you for your service. And then finally, Victor Ricardo. He joins us as a Income Maintenance Worker 3. Victor brings 2 years of JFS county experience working with LAP population and 8 years of customer service experience. So we welcome Victor to JFS as well. Thank you.
Thanks for making Clermont County your home, and welcome to a great team here. Thanks for coming this morning.
How are you doing?
Not yet. We got one more.
Mm-hmm.
Should hang out.
I understand we have one more.
Yeah, we do. Larry Morris with First Transit. I'll turn the floor over to Larry to introduce our new CTC director.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. My name is Larry Morris. I'm the Region Vice President for First Transit and responsible for our work we do here in Clermont County with the CTC. Our former manager that was responsible for CTC had decided to move on to other things, so we did a search effort, and I'm really pleased to present to you William Harris, goes by Bill. Bill is a Clermont County resident. He spent 7 years as an officer in the United States Air Force, now as part of the Air Force Reserve, has a considerable experience in logistics in that role, holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Cincinnati and a master's in administration from Central Michigan University. So we're really excited to have Bill here. He's going to spend a considerable amount of time learning in the first month or so, but we're prepared to support him in any way we can and provide the county with the service that you expect from us. So,
Thank you very much and welcome, Bill. Glad to have you. Mr. Corcoran, would you like to take a picture with all these new employees?
I think
this
we
morning?
ought to.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Why don't you guys come on up here in the front of the podium and we'll get your picture.
I stand near the short people. That's my role.
You can start right
Because
here.
they're always standing right next to the tall people. They did it on purpose, I know that. Okay, who's the shortest?
You're probably right over here.
Yeah.
Get in there close.
And smile or you may just stand here to your tail. Ah. I blink every time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will move on to item number D. We have a proclamation and designation of Suicide Prevention Week here in Clermont County. Commissioner Corcoran, if you'd come to the podium.
Absolutely.
And who will be accepting this? How are you this morning? Good, how are you? Good. Proclamation for Suicide Prevention Week in Clermont County, Ohio. Whereas suicide is a public health issue in our community, and each death directly impacts numerous family members, friends, co-workers, loved ones, and often the entire community. And whereas preventing suicide requires the efforts of many, from individual friends, families, neighbors, co-workers, to government agencies and community organizations from a wide range of sectors. And whereas the Clermont County Suicide Prevention Coalition is dedicated to assuring that a multi-level approach to suicide prevention includes strategies for prevention and education, early intervention, treatment, and postvention after a death has occurred. And whereas promoting protective factors to prevent suicide, such as access to effective behavioral health care, is vital. And whereas in Clermont County, help is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the Clermont County Crisis Hotline at 528-SAVE. And whereas the Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board, as the lead agency for the Clermont County Suicide Prevention Coalition and funder of the County Crisis Hotline, continues its efforts to increase both awareness of the myths and facts surrounding suicide and the resources available to assist persons dealing with depression and other mental health problems in order to help prevent suicide. Now therefore let it be proclaimed that the Clermont County Board of Commissioners do hereby designate September 8th through September 14th, 2019 as Suicide Prevention Week in Clermont County, and declare suicide prevention as a countywide priority, urging all citizens to recognize suicide as a national, state, and local public health concern. By collaborating in this endeavor, we can save lives because suicide prevention is everyone's business. Signed by the Clermont County Board of Commissioners, David L. Painter, President, Edwin H. Humphrey, Vice President, and Claire B. Corcoran, Member. Leanne, thanks for accepting this proclamation for Suicide Prevention Week in Clermont County. And the podium's yours if you'd like to say a few comments.
Hi, Leanne Watson, Associate Director at the Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board. Thank you, Commissioners, for recognizing the importance of this topic. I just wanted to remind everybody of our 18th Annual Suicide Prevention Candlelight Vigil, which will be on September 10th at 7 p.m. at Riverside Park in Milford. This is actually World Suicide Awareness Day. And this is a very healing event for people that have been touched by suicide. And I hope that anyone that has been touched by suicide will join us. We are also, another event that we're sponsoring this month is we're one of 14 counties throughout the state that are doing what's called Stand Up to Suicide. and it's promoting education, or gatekeeper training, we like to call it, on recognizing the warning signs of suicide. And for more information, you can contact us at the Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do a picture.
I was going to get out of that.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you. We will move to item E of the agenda. Public participation. Is there anyone here today from the public that would like to participate in this meeting? Your comments are welcome. I will gladly turn the podium over to you if you would just raise your hand to be recognized. Seeing none, I'll close public participation and I'll move to item F of the consent agenda. Consent agenda was prepared for our review on Friday. We've had ample time to look it over. I will ask if there are any items that need to be removed from the consent agenda for further discussion or conversation.
None.
Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as prepared.
I'll make that motion.
Second, roll call, Judy.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Painter.
Yes. And I'll move to item G, the non-consent agenda. Starts on page 6 with item number 7, recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt resolution number 135-19, resolving to approve payment in vendors in the amount of $1,256,162.78 as set forth in the BCC approval invoice reports for checks dated September 4th, 2019, BCC directed prepaid invoice report, and the procurement card transaction report presented by the county auditor on 9/3/2019, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for the same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to approve item 7 as read?
I'll make that motion.
Second, roll call, Judy.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Painter.
Yes. Item number 8. Morning, Mr. Melman.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm Chris Melman. I'm the Deputy Auditor with Clermont County Auditor's Office. And before the board we have today is amendment number 8 to the agreement with Tyler Technologies for the acquisition of accounting and payroll HR system for the County of Clermont. It's the recommendation of Linda L. Fraley, County Auditor, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize David L. Painter, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute amendment number 8 to the agreement by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio and Tyler Technologies Incorporated for furnishing, delivering, installing, and implementing of the accounting and payroll HR system for the County of Clermont, Ohio, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on June 16, 2009, and subsequently amended on September the 18th, 2013, July 9th, 2014, January 28th, 2015, July 15th, 2015, February 21st, 2018, April 18th, 2018. And these are through amendment number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Therefore, which reflects the replacement of the Tyler Transparency Module software with the Tyler Socrata Open Finance Module, as stated therein, at no cost, therefore effective for a period of September the 4th, 2019 through January 31st, 2021, with all other terms, conditions of the reference agreement and amendments relative thereto to remain in full force and effect, and contingent upon the receipt of a current Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation certificate relative thereto.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 8. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second it. Conversation or discussion?
None.
This replaces the current transparency module we have now.
That is correct.
Will this provide more viewing, more access to the module by just the general public?
Yes.
Could you kind of expound on that, or?
So what you're going to see is a little bit more, we're able to drill in, you're able to see a little bit more with respect to payroll and benefits So if someone wants to see, how much is being paid to a particular position, they can do that.
Okay.
It also allows for more, well, we always had revenue, but allows for a little bit more on the revenue side as well. And overall, it allows the individual, the end user, to be able to drill in and do a little bit more. They're able to, if they want to download anything and put it into an Excel spreadsheet, if they want, whatever they want to do, they're able to do. It gives them a lot more options than what we currently have.
Okay.
And if it's okay with the board, we'd like to come back maybe in a couple weeks after we finally switch, we switch over and give you a presentation fully so we can see what its capabilities are.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Thanks, Chris, so much. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9. Morning.
I'm Julie Fry, the Director of the Clermont County Common Police Court Adult Probation Department, and I'm here this morning with the concurrence of Tom Eigel, County Administrator, to execute a subsidy grant agreement for the Justice Reinvestment and Incentive Funding by and between Clermont County and the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction for a Justice Reinvestment and Incentive Grant. For and on behalf of the Clermont County Common Police Court Adult Probation Department as the designated implementing agency, in accordance with the Adult Probation Department's application for the use of said grant funds that was submitted on July 24th, 2019, and the grant funding is in the amount of $455,048 with no local match required, and effective for the grant period of July 1st of 2019 through June 30 of 2021, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and in concert with the directives received from the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction. And this is a renewal of our previous 2-year grant cycle for the Justice Reinvestment and Incentive Grant.
Okay. You've heard the reading of item number 9. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Julie. Item number 10.
Pam Haverkos, Director of the Clermont County Emergency Management Agency. Item number 10 is a recommendation of Pam Haverkos, Director of the Clermont County Emergency Management Agency, to authorize Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, for and on behalf of the Clermont County Board of Commissioners, to execute a memorandum of understanding by and between the New Richmond Exempted Village School District and Clermont County to establish a backup location or facility to the Clermont County Emergency Operations Center at their district office of the New Richmond Exempted Village School District, located at 1135 Bethel New Richmond Road, New Richmond, Ohio, effective as of the date of execution, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and in concert with the process outlined in Section 5502.41 of the Ohio Revised Code, entitled Intrastate Mutual Aid Compact, and contingent upon the receipt of an excerpt of the minutes of the New Richmond Exempted Village School District, resolving to authorize the utilization of the aforestated facility therefore. So this agreement just allows us to utilize their facility as a backup emergency operations center should something happen at our facility where it's not available or it's not as convenient to support our local communities in a larger scale disaster.
Okay. You've heard the reading of item number 10. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Any conversation or discussion? This will be like when they had the flood into Richmond and you used the junior high school as the alternate.
Yeah. So it's the same facility. So New Richmond has taken and is no longer using that facility as their middle school. So it's the same facility. We'll just be using probably one of their smaller spaces the next time.
Okay.
Right.
Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran.
Yes.
Mr. Painter.
Yes. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
Item number 11.
Morning. I'm
Morning.
Hannah Lubers, Director of Clermont County Office of Environmental Quality, and it's my recommendation, with the concurrence of Lyle Bloom, Director of Utilities for the Water Resources Department, to execute an agreement by and between the Board of Commissioners for Clermont County for and on behalf of the Clermont County Water Resources Department and Seacoast International in Jackson Township, Williamsburg, Ohio, for the disposal of sanitary landfill leachate generated at the Seacoast Aber Road facility. And they'll be disposing of that at the Lower East Fork wastewater treatment plant located in Milford on US 50 in Miami Township. And that's at a rate of 4.5 cents per gallon, and it's estimated to be about 120,000 gallons per month. And that'll be effective upon the date of contract execution for a period of 2 years following thereafter, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein.
You've heard the reading of item number 11. Do we have a motion for approval?
Make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Conversation or discussion? Hannah, this is leachate, so this is actually collected from underneath the actual disposal facilities? Is that?
The sanitary landfill.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And how do they actually deliver it to us?
with their trucks, they bring their trucks down to the Lower East Fork. They do about 6,000 gallons per truck.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anything further? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Thank you. Item number 12.
Morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resource Department, and item 12 is a recommendation to adopt a revised table of organization for the Clermont County Water Resource Department to add one construction inspector, non-certified, classification number 49225, pay range 15 within the engineering division for the Water Resource Department. As outlined in Exhibit A, effective upon approval, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly. So we've had a big increase in subdivision development over the past few years. In 2009, we inspected about just over 2,700 feet of water and sewer line that was installed by developers. And last year, we were over 53,000 feet. So we've seen a big increase. And then we have an increased focus on our capital improvements. So this position will provide inspection on both subdivisions and assist with capital improvement inspections as well.
Okay. Do I have a motion for approval of item number 12 as read?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Thanks, Lyle.
Thank you.
Item number 13. Morning, Sandy.
Item 13 is a recommendation of myself, Sandy Tahat, Human Resource Administrator, with a concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to amend Appendix 4.09 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual with respect to the classification plan to add the position of Multimedia Specialist, classification number 69163, pay range 16, effective upon approval, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Heard the reading of item number 13. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Thanks, Andy. Item number 14.
Item 14 is a recommendation of Andrew Gupta, Director of the Department of Community and Economic Development, with the concurrence of Suki Sheets, Assistant County Administrator, to adopt a revised table of organization for the department to reclassify the position of Telecommunications Specialist, classification number 69165, pay range 14, to the newly created Multimedia Specialist, classification number 69163, pay range 16, as outlined in Exhibit A, attached thereto and made a part thereof, effective upon approval, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Do I have a motion to approve item 14 as read?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Item number 15.
Item number 15 is a recommendation to approve a personnel action form for David Scheibenzuber to change the job title to Multimedia Specialist pursuant to the organizational structure, effective September 4th, 2019.
Do I have a motion for item number 15?
I will make that motion.
I'll second that. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Item 16. Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning, Mary.
Mary Raines from the Office of Management and Budget. Item 16 is the request to change or increase or decrease the appropriations for 2019. The first one is $50,010 for the Board of Election Security Grant Fund. That's the Secretary of State's grant. The next two are retirements within the Sheriff's Office. For the sick leave payout for court services, it's $1,422.47. And for road patrol, $22,115. The next two are for additional 4 corrections officers at the Adult Detention Center. Salaries, $29,456, and fringes at $5,435 for this year. And the next few are for the Water Resources Department. It's no net impact on the water resources, but it's covering 2 different funds for realigning for shared employees and also for the bargaining unit contracts. So there's $2,000 going into the wastewater lab regular salaries, $21,000 going into the bargaining unit, $3,000 to cover those salaries in fringes, and then a $51,000 increase in wastewater, other expenses for supplies, maintenance, and other costs. And then on the other end of it is in the Combined Services Fund, Office of Environmental Quality, a reduction in the salaries of $23,000, and fringes a reduction of $3,000, and other expenses a reduction of $51,000.
You've heard the reading of item number 16 and the explanation. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Any further conversation or discussion? 4 correction officers. That's being driven by the current jail population that we've seen stay at an average over 400. A lot of things impacting that. Obviously, the opiate epidemic and substance abuse problems that we continue to manage here in Clermont County, and we understand that those expenses continue to go up.
Yes, we do.
Population growth here in Clermont County being over 205,000, it's just time, and that's where we're at. So thanks, Mary, for explaining that. Roll call, Judy.
Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Item number 17. Morning.
All right.
Item 17 is a recommendation to adopt Resolution Number 136-19, resolving to establish the position entitled Assistant Clerk, classification number 79162, pay range B, which was previously approved by the Board on May 30th, 2018, as exempt from the classified service pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Section 12411A8, effective September 4th, 2019, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Heard the reading of item number 17. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Judy.
Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Item number 18.
Item 18 is a recommendation to adopt Resolution Number 13719, resolving to adopt a revised table of organization for the Board of County Commissioners, as outlined in Exhibit A, attached thereto and made a part thereof, to reallocate the clerk of the board and assistant clerk under the supervisory oversight of the Board of County Commissioners effective September 4th, 2019, and further to update the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Heard the reading of item number 18. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. Thanks, Andy. I will not move to item number 19. I understand that we have a need for executive session. Is that correct, Tom?
Yes, sir.
So I'll stall the agenda right there, and I will ask that the board allow an executive session pursuant to 121.22 G1 and G3 of the Ohio Revised Code to first consider the dismissal or discipline of one or more public employees and to confer with the prosecuting attorney regarding pending or imminent litigation respectively. Do I have a motion to enter into executive session?
I will make that motion.
I'll second the motion. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran? Yes. Mr. Painter?
Yes. We will move to executive session. We will return, and we will conduct further business. Thank you. We have returned from executive session. There were no decisions made, and we will move on with the regular agenda. I'm going to ask that item number 19 be tabled and just
do
set
a,
on the table for a short period of time here.
We do have a add-on, a personnel action add-on.
Okay. Let me have a motion to table item number 19.
I'll make that motion.
Second, roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes. And I will move to item number
H.
yes. I was just looking quick here. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'll move on to item number H. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
Yeah, we have a personnel action in the Office of Environmental Quality for the board to consider adding to the agenda.
I'd ask for a motion to add the personnel action to the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes. Tom, if you'd
Yes, sir.
like to read that.
It's Kevin Lay, OEQ Project Manager, termination, probationary removal, effective 9/4/2019.
You've heard the reading. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Any conversation or clarifications? Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes. And then I would ask for a motion to go into recess.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes, we stand in recess for a few moments. Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting from recess back into session, and we are at item J of our agenda, county staff elected official discussions. Do we have anyone from our county staff or elected officials that would like to make any comments or discussions, clarifications? Seeing none, I'll close item J and I'll move to item K. Board member comments. Commissioner Corcoran, any comments today?
None, sir.
Things we need to discuss?
No.
Okay. Then I would request to,
Motion.
I would ask for a motion to recess this meeting until Friday, September the 6th at 3:00 p.m. at such time that we will take on final business of this particular meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that motion that we go into recess until Friday, September 6th at 3 p.m. Roll call, Judy.
Mrs. Corcoran?
Yes.
Mr. Painter?
Yes. We stand in recess until Friday at 3 p.m., the 6th of September. Thank you for attending this morning and have a great week.